Hello, Sagittarius. It's time for your weekly reading. This one's for July 1st to 7th, 2021. I hope you're enjoying the beginning of July and that things are going great for you. I am going away for the weekend, so I'm trying to crank out these readings in a timely fashion so that nobody's waiting for anything. I have not been perfect lately. I have not done all my love of your life readings, and I have to get that done. Yours is up and coming. Also, I have to tell you about the window. I have an open window right now because it is very stuffy where I am. I cannot close it, otherwise I will just absolutely choke to death in here. But it's very noisy outside. I've got trucks and trains and tweeting birds, so I must apologize for that in advance. But let us unpack our little reading and see what we've got. That is a nice way to start. We're getting a lot of celebration here. I'm happy to see that. Very happy to see that. I haven't seen him in a little bit. What is this? This is not even a card. It comes with the deck. I don't know how I got that in there. Wow. This is really positive. I've had some really negative readings lately, and this is supremely positive. So I'm happy. I'm excited. I'm glad that my fiery Leos are going to have a good reading. Okay, so I'm trying to think the best way to go about this. Let's do our people. Let's do our people here, and then we've got these wands. These two go together quite reasonably well. Okay. Let's see. We're going to save that for last because it's so spectacular. All right. So, our people. We've got the Queen of Swords. So, this could be somebody you know now, or it could be somebody who's coming in this week, maybe. So the Queen of Swords, she runs a great kingdom. She's quite the intellectual, typically, or she's very smart. They like the truth. They don't like a lot of BS. They like to cut right through any nonsense. Typically, she does not like a lot of flowery language. She likes straightforward stuff. They like time frames. If something doesn't happen in a typical time frame, then forget it. Then no, it's just done. Practical, very honest to a fault. Like, some people perceive them as being quite cold, because if you ask them, how does my outfit look, and you don't want to hear the wrong answer, this is not the person to ask. She'll tell you it's hideous. You know, like, no problem. So this person is quite a character, typically. You know, there are different various versions of this. Some are more extreme than others, but the more extreme ones are more amusing or shocking, if you want to say that. I mean, there's a reason they're perceived as a bit cold. They're not like hypersensitive to what you want to hear, that kind of thing. But they are very, very strong and pretty darn decisive. Then you've got the Page of Wands. This deck is a little weird. I love this deck. It's beautiful, and I like the way the perspective of the characters is closer and at different angles and things. But the only one that's a bit weird is this Page of Wands, because the Page is a very young character, and in this deck it looks kind of like a weird old man, which is the exact opposite. It is a child, teenager, or very young adult. So my darlings, you guys are fiery. If you are a young adult, if you are, say, 25 and under, this could be you. So this person is active. Like, wands are all about action. This person is very passionate, very physical, likes to put things into action, likes to build things, do things, make things, all of that good stuff. If there is a message about something, dealing with something that you're putting into action, sometimes the page will appear to bring the message to you, but typically it is a person and somebody who is all about constant action. Then these two cards. Now, there's nothing bad or wrong here. I know this one doesn't look very positive because the guy's got a bandage on his head, but you are in action. You are working hard here at something, trying to build something. trying to create something. Maybe it's just your everyday work. But there's a little bit of defensiveness. There's a little bit of, this person has been burned somehow, has been harmed. Maybe at work, maybe people have not been kind to you at work, or have not recognized you for your achievements, or something of that nature. Or maybe just in life has beaten you up a little bit. So we call this card sometimes the wounded warrior, because he's still in action. He's a warrior. He's doing what he has to do, but you know, there's a little bit of hurt or pain or something that's, you know, for you, the action is to find a way to not be feeling so bad. I mean, obviously you're not messed up enough not to continue the action, and that's very positive. So you might be dealing with this in exactly the way that you ought to. This card is the Seven of Wands. It's a little bit defensive. He's a little bit defensive. Maybe he's a little bit defensive you. Maybe you're a little bit defensive because of however you've been burned in the past. So it's hard to let that guard down. I mean, let's face it. On one hand, I'd like to tell you, just let your guard down. Everything's okay. But you know as well as I do that there are reasons to sometimes have your guard up. So being wary is absolutely okay. Maybe with the right people, you'll be able to let that guard down a little bit, but I know it's not easy to discern always right from the get-go, so work on that. I'm sure you're going to be fine. You're continuing on with things, and that's super positive. So, we've got some Cups cards here. These ones tend to go together a lot of the time. We call this one the spilled milk card sometime, because if you look, this fellow has all these spilled cups. And cups represent passion, things you love, things that ignite your passion. Sometimes it's projects, sometimes it's jobs. It can be anything you're passionate about. And here are these spilled ones. And this person looks very, very sad, mournful, in fact. And, you know, these could be lost loves, they could be missed opportunities, they could be anything. But there are these two beautiful cups standing right behind. And all he has to do is turn around, and right there they are. And he could be throwing all that passion and everything into those two cups or projects or people he's got right with him. So this is about taking notice of what you actually have. Make sure you're not missing anything here, because you don't want to miss something to be passionate about in this life. Not you, because you are a passionate person. Then we've got this one where, again, the person is looking at cups. Now in this case, it's sort of the opposite, because you've got these things that you're passionate about, but there's a new opportunity coming in, a new person or new something is trying to come in, but maybe you're bored, you're not really paying attention, whatever, you're just overlooking it. Open your eyes and use all your senses to notice this thing, because this thing could be wonderful and something you're truly passionate about, and that would be fantastic. Then we've got this fellow who looks kind of like a court jester. He's juggling two pentacles, and this means that he's trying to do a balancing act. Now, pentacles represent anything that we invest in for the future. Often it's finances. The pentacles represent coins or money, but it can also be your health. So a lot of times people will get this card when they're trying to work really long hours, but they also want to spend some time at a health club or working out or spending more time on a better diet. So a lot of time it's juggling health and finances. It can also mean anything you're juggling like that. It could be juggling time with your children or work time, those kinds of things. And people who get this card, it's not like a problem to be solved. I mean, it might be an immediate problem in trying to figure out, you know, how many hours am I going to put in here? How many am I going to put in there? But people who get this card typically will always get it, because you will always be busy and you'll always have things to juggle. So it's nothing to feel you have to solve it, other than the immediate issues of, you know, timing throughout your day. Then you have, well, no, let's do it. I don't know how to do it because there's so many beautiful cards here. Okay, let's just do all of them. So you've got the Three of Cups, which is a card of celebration. You're going to have stuff to celebrate. Happiness. Sometimes this one pops up when a wedding is on the go. I'm not seeing any other cards like that around it. But it could be a celebration of anything, and it's a beautiful, happy celebration. Lots of fellowship, camaraderie. It's a great card. Then you've got the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is an idea, the very, very inception of an idea, the beginning. And it's a fabulous idea that you have, and you have the ability to bring that idea into life. You can take that idea and do take the idea. Don't just keep it in your brain to just sit there for years. I want you to make this happen. I want you to make this happen because this is a good idea, okay? I absolutely believe that. And you have the Magician. The Magician will help you put this idea into action. The Magician is all about you having the power to do anything you want. The sky's the limit. There is no limit. You can create anything. You can do anything. You can be passionate about anything. You can cut through any problem and fix it. You are everything. You have all the skill set of all the different suits of the tarot cards with you. You have the eternity symbol on your head. You can harness the power of the universe and bring it to the earth and make anything happen you want. Now, if this is not a good reading, I don't know what is. So I am so happy you got it, Sagittarius. Have a beautiful week. Go out there and have a wonderful beginning of July. And I wish you all good things, and I hope to talk to you soon.